The brain is capable of storing huge amounts of information, trillions, even higher than trillions, bits of information in neural connections. But in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter when we say how the brain has infinite capacity? Well, while it's not infinite, it can store a lot, but it doesn't really make any sense when we say the brain can store a lot. Because we know how the brain works. The brain keeps the information that is most important and trashes the ones that we no longer need. And that is, most of what we learn now will be trashed, and what we need in the future will be learned. So, so what if the brain has an infinite capacity or a near infinite capacity? If we forget, then we'll never reach the capacity. We should be more worried about forgetting and preventing the ability to forget than talking about our brain has so much capacity, which, well, it's something that doesn't make sense. Well, how many of us can remember what we learned 2 years ago? Very few. What we do remember is usually the big highlights of it. But even in the highlights, we can have an altered view of what we did. Now, imagine what you learned even a semester back in high school or college. If you're in college, think last semester. A huge portion of that you can't remember. I studied about 10 hours a day, and I still am getting rusty in my chemistry. And I've spent 2 weeks away from school. So it's meaningless to talk about the brain capacity as being infinite when clearly we'll never reach that capacity when we're always constantly forgetting. So